All right, everyone, this is Normal Central coming back at you with another YouTube video. And it has been a while since I have done a YouTube video. Super excited to kind of get back on my grind a little bit for the YouTube channel as well. We're about 18 days away from the spring game, so a lot of content is going to be coming through with my Instagram and also my Twitter accounts. It's going to be down there at the bottom right there, the ticker, where you can actually be able to see all of the accounts. You can follow me, subscribe to my channels. Everything possible is right there in front of your face. I really do appreciate all the love and support, but let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Today, I'm going to be talking about redshirt junior defensive end Derrick McLendon. He is actually going to be announcing that he will be entering the transfer portal. This was a little bit kind of a conversation that has been kind of going up in the last couple of weeks. I don't want to make any assumptions because, like I said, he is a young man that wants to make his own decision for himself. But you also have to really think about this. The depth at the defensive end position is pretty big. I mean, considering you have a guy like Jared Verse who had 9 sacks last season, was a potential first-round draft pick, decided to come back for another year, and now you got him, a redshirt junior that's going to be blossoming and going to be the focal point of this defensive line. You turn over and have a Patrick Payton, who is a rising star, just got converted over from to number 11 from 56. And, like I said, he's got promising future as well. He had 5 sacks last season, 31 total tackles, and didn't really have that many starts. McClendon did actually start in 12 games last year and has been a focal point for this defense. And the staff really, really does like McClendon a lot. I mean, he had 37 total tackles, 3.5 sacks, and he had 3.5 sacks the year before as well. So, I mean, he does have production at the collegiate level. I do expect him to be a low-tier Power 5 school, possibly. Could be a way to get through with that. But, I mean, he was a Taggart recruit at one point, has been with the program for quite some time. And I wish him nothing but the best because, I mean, at the end of the day, we all want to see Seminoles be successful. And I know it may be in his best interest to move on. And so that's just how it's going to be. But, Florida State's got a lot of promising pieces. I mean, you got Dennis Briggs, who some people even forget about, has kind of that veteran experience, got an injury, played a little bit last season, got 3 sacks. I mean, he was productive, but you could see there was a little bit more that needed to be coming back into this season. You had the Gilbert Edmond, I think, is another guy that you can kind of turn to from the transfer portal that you brought in that can be successful. You also have a Braden Fisk, who I think could be really, really good at the defensive tackle spot, and you can even shift him over to the Fox position as well. I think that could be another guy that you can kind of bring in and look and say, okay, we have something there. Coach Norvell has also talked about with Byron Turner. I think that's also another piece you can turn to. I mean, I'm just keep naming off names left and right. And, it just comes to a thing where you have to realize that somebody is going to be kind of upset that they're not getting as much playing time. And I think it may be writing on the wall to some degree with seeing that, but also because, like I said, there's a lot of talented pieces in this room. Not saying that McClendon is not talented because he really is. But, sometimes it just happens that way where just, there's a lot of talent in that room and you just have to do what you can to be successful. And I mean, if you can go ahead and be able to start somewhere else, that would be great. Florida State does have to cut some of the scholarship players that it has on its roster to get to the 85 scholarship allotment. But as of right now, I think Derrick McLendon, I think, will have a productive rest of his career. I cannot wait to see what he does. He showed a lot of pride and passion into this program. We even talked about having a little bit of interviews every once in a while, and he's been a very outgoing guy as well. Speaks highly of the university, and I think that's a guy that you can kind of bank to in being the change at Florida State. I mean, he went through a tough time with Willie Taggart, turned around, had a first couple of bad years with Mike Norvell there for a second, and then all of a sudden gets into a starting role, and they really thought highly of him because, like I said, he was starting over Patrick Payton. Patrick Payton was still playing, but they saw three guys in Verse, McClendon, and also Payton as well that can be viable starters. So that definitely was kind of a shining light there. John Papuchis will definitely miss him as well, but I think Florida State's going to be okay there. I think there are going to be some pieces you're going to have to kind of replace with that, and it's going to be more of a collective effort. But the good news is you do have Jared Verse coming back. You're probably going to play a little bit more 5 defensive line sets, so they're going to have a lot of opportunities to be successful in certain degrees because I think that's one of Florida State's strong points, especially on the defensive line. So I really appreciate all the love and support on my video as well. I wish Derrick McLendon nothing but the best as he goes through the next chapter of his life and trying to find his loved ones to figure out everything they need to do to kind of finish out his career. But, once a Seminole, always a Seminole. It's very important to understand that because, like I said, in the transfer portal market, it's a tough business out here. But I do think that, he will find a great home for himself, and I'm pulling for him wherever he decides to go, other than Miami and Florida, of course. But I really appreciate all the love and support as always, and go Noles.